kind of want to talk about this 53-man roster update that we got. Mm, it's got some good to it, and then it's got some, like wow, So it's crazy. So let me go to this and kind of talk to you guys about who we got and how I'm gonna approach it to my Madden game moving forward for regs. So, you know, just bear with me one sec. Let me pull it up. Cause I was looking at it and I seen some things. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. But it was like two guys, man. I was kind of rooting for to make the team, and here we go. Let me see. I'm trying to remember what site I was on. Just bear with me. I think we're running 3 quarterbacks. We're running Carr. Let me see. That's the cuts. I want to see. I'm trying to remember what I was on. I was just looking at it. Just bear with me. Here we go. Here we go. That's the cuts. I don't want to see the fucking cuts. Okay, here we go. I think. Oh man, this thing's killing me. I had the list of everybody that got cut. I wanted to see the. Cause I was looking at it. Ugh. It's on the Raider wire and it. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. I keep going to this thing and it's like not even showing me. Like I was looking at it earlier and then I guess I gotta sign up for the newsletter. I ain't trying to do that. All right, here we go. I know we're running 3 quarterbacks, but let's look at this. You got Jonathan Abram, Nelson Aguilar, Damon Arnett, Devontae Booker, Trent Brown, Daniel Carlson, Derek Carr, Derek Carrier, AJ Cole, Malik Collins, Max Crosby, Brian Edwards, Cleveland Farrell, Rico Gafford. I'm fucking stoked that he made the team, bro. Like, that is gonna give us, you know, catch up with the Kansas City Chiefs. You got Denzel Good as a guard and a tackle. You got Jonathan Hankins, Eric Harris, Jeff Heath, Rodney Hudson, Maurice Hurst, Richie Incognito, Alex Ingold, Gabe Jackson, Josh Jacobs, Andre James made the team, Isaiah Johnson, Zay Jones, LaMarcus Joyner, Arden Key, Nick Kwiatkowski, Dallin Levitt, Corey Littleton, Marcus Mariota, Raquan McMillan, Colton Miller, Foster Moreau, Nicholas Morrow, Trayvon Mullen, Tanner Muse, Carl Nassib, Keyshawn Nixon, Brandon Parker, Nathan Peterman, Hunter Renfro, Jalen Richard, Mick Robertson, Daniel Ross, Henry Ruggs, Trent Siege, the long snapper, John Simpson, the guard, Kendall Vickers, Darren Waller, and Jason Witten. Now, if there's any changes that I would expect them to probably put somebody on the injured reserve to probably move some people around. They might probably do like Kendall Vickers or something, man. If there's a move for, you know, us to push to get another defensive end or whatnot. But as far as what I see, we got 4 defensive ends and we got 4 defensive tackles, 5 linebackers, 4 safeties, 5 cornerbacks. I'm a little stoked. We got Rico Gafford. So, I mean, finally we have him in a season of Madden. So that's going to be good for us. So I'm just going to kind of look at it and kind of get an idea of how I want my roster to look for this year before we go really in depth. I know I'm going to probably use, you know, I'm going to probably run a 2 quarterback system. Deep passes, I'm going to use Carr. And for the bulk of my offense, I'm going to use Marcus Mariota. Halfback, we traded Lynn Bowden. So he's not with us anymore. It's time for us to move on. Okay, so it sucks, but it is what it is. You know, we got to move forward. I'm going to be using Jalen Richard more in my offense. He'll be a spell running back, and he'll be also in that backup fullback role. Like again, it sucks that we couldn't get Lynn Bowden. He couldn't block in practice or whatever, like that we had blocking issues. And, you know, at the end of the day, you got to be able to do a lot in John Gruden's offense. And, you know, as much as I wanted this guy to kind of come in and do something, you know, it just didn't work out. And, you know, you don't want to be too attached to guys, you know, especially when the game first comes out. You know, your 53-man roster, okay, drops and whatnot. And you know, like last year, I was like really stoked about the guy that was on the I think he went to the Bucks. Kind of look at him real quick for you guys. I think he was like a linebacker or defensive end, kind of hybrid guy. Played wide receiver like Quentin Bell. Like I was hyped about him last year, you know, and he ended up going to the practice squad and then getting signed by the Bucks off the practice squad. Now here, here he is. So you know, now the other guy is going to fucking Miami. So you know, they're gonna be one of them teams that you're gonna have to be very, keep an eye out for them, and they might be, pretty good this year. Um, just more into it, as far as offense goes, like I think Tyrell's going to be on injured reserve. Okay, he's out for the year because he's on injured reserve. They're not going to take him off the roster. Okay, he's going to still be on the roster. I'm still going to be able to use him. I'm going to tell you the guys that made it. We got Ruggs, Zay Jones, Edwards, Gafford, Renfro, and that's it. Okay, I think this is the year that I'm probably going to be using Richard a little bit more. I'm not sure, but we'll probably figure something out. Keelan Doss got cut. We also got Aguilar too, so that's good. So Keelan Doss gets cut. Aitman gets cut. We're gonna have a pretty solid receiver core this year, I think. Tight end, we're running 4 tight ends this year. Why, I don't know, but I'll try to find ways to utilize all of them. There's some games where I might use Derek Carrier as a fullback, just because he can get out of the backfield, and he's pretty fucking, he's good at getting out of the backfield and shit and making nice plays for me. Trying to see what other things that I can see that I think we're only carrying like 3 backup linemen. We're keeping all of our starters. What up, Danny? We're bringing back, I think, Parker, Simpson, Denzel, and actually it's 4 backup, and Andre James. So we're carrying 9 offensive linemen. So that's good. Let's see. We're carrying 4 defensive ends, so it's Crosby, Key. Actually, we're carrying 5. But I don't plan on us keeping Vickers. I just don't see it. Unless he just has like a fucking game where he fucking comes in and does some stuff. I just don't, I can't use him until he's at least a 70 overall. Like, Madden just has a thing about using low overalls, unless they got something that they're really, 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 really good at, they're not good. With the exception, why I like Rico Gafford. He's a 55 overall, but he's really, 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 really fast, and he contributes on the defensive aspect side of the ball as well because he used to play cornerback. So he can tackle and stuff a lot better than my other receivers can for special teams. Trying to see. For defensive tackle, I think we're Hurst, Collins, Hankins, and Ross is the 4 guys we're carrying. Like I said, I'm not really going to use Vickers. Ross, he's decent. I mean, he reminds me of a guy that we used to have. I don't forgot what team he's on. But he was with us a couple of years ago. He made the team and shit. He played defensive tackle. Wasn't necessarily the strongest guy. I think we ended up going to the Browns after his contract was up or whatever. But it reminds me a lot of him. He's quick. Inside, not super strong, but 85 strength is good. The linebacker, we cut him. We finally got rid of Wilbur's old ass. No, nothing against you, Wilbur. But I'm kind of glad we got rid of you. Because we're going with a youth movement at linebacker. So I'm going to be able to use all my linebackers this year. Meaning I'm going to be able to use more of my 4-3 defense and actually enjoy playing, my 4-3 as opposed to trying to sit there and kind of scheme players or whatnot, you know, as opposed to just going out in there and then just being able to play my defense the way I want to play it without having to worry about, you know, one guy being, you know, like a cancer, you know, like currently I'm using Donnerson just because of his speed, but you know, his speed doesn't necessarily always translate. You know, yeah, he can get in the backfield, but he's a pass rusher with no pass rushing moves. Like I go in here, you know, he plays ball in the air, but his linebacker style is pass rush, and he has no fucking pass rush moves. You know, so like I have to deal with that. You know, that's not good. But you go to Raekwon McMillan, and I think he's going to give me a lot more. Like he has a high motor, he's a cover linebacker. He's not going to be much of a pass rush, so I might experiment moving him to middle linebacker. Like I'll keep him at the middle linebacker position. Kind of look at this and see who I got, because you really want the guy on the edge. You want him to have moves. See how he has moves, the swim move and the spin move. I might move Morrow to outside linebacker because he has the swim move, spin move, he has the strip move. I think he would be more effective at that right outside linebacker position. So we got that. Just kind of look and see what we got. See, I might use Corey Littleton because he has these moves. See how he has the swim move and spin move, and he has the strip ball. I might start using Corey Littleton in my 4-3 a little bit more as my starting right outside linebacker, and then use Nicholas Morrow as a left outside linebacker. You know, I've got so much shit that I want to do. I might just use Tanner Muse as a in my 4-3 over defense and my sub linebacker packages, and then just let Corey Littleton be my starter at right outside linebacker because he is one of my better tacklers. I need to get him on the field. I know earlier in the season, you know, I'm just experimenting and stuff, and right now, yeah, he's been on the bench, but I'm thinking with the way that I'm running the 4-3 defense that I can kind of go ahead and just bring him into the fold and then, you know, have that, and then just use Littleton and Morrow as my outside linebackers. Kwiatkowski, I'll find something for him. Right now he just doesn't have the abilities that I want. He doesn't have any moves. He can't bull rush. I mean, he has the strip ball, but you know, right now he just doesn't fit for how I want to use him. I'm going to use him. I just don't know how just yet. Cornerbacks, I think we're gonna run until the roster updates start showing favor to Arnett. I'm gonna keep rocking with Isaiah Johnson and Trayvon Mullen. Isaiah has been fucking game changing for me as of late, ever since I benched Kamara, ever since he got juked off the roster. Like, you literally see him down here. I liked Kamara. I even had, you know, had him like, I felt like he was like the next Namdi for me. You know, the way he was playing on Madden. Now, he may not be in real life, but the way he was on Madden, you know, the dude was fucking making plays for me. But, you know, again, like I said, you know, I didn't want to take too much favor into having one guy because, you know, they might not make the roster, the 53 man or whatever. So as soon as they did that, I was like, you know what, I need to go ahead and get used to, you know, using these other corners that I got. I'm going to just kind of go through the other ones that got cut. You know, Killings, he's not on the roster. I think he's like on injured reserve or something. So he's still probably going to be on the roster just because he's on the IR. Levitt's on the team. He has upside. It's just that overall threshold that's really preventing me from using him as much as I want to. because he has everything that I want. He has to play the ball in the air. He has a high motor. He's not going to get penalized too much. He has decent speed. He has good agility and acceleration. The thing that's just killing me with him right now is his awareness. But everything else, though, he's pretty much what you need. I just need him to come in and step up, you know. Hopefully a few roster updates does him justice. You know, he's decent hit power, decent tackle for a safety. His pursuit needs work. His man in zone needs work. But, you know, he's a project player. You know, someone that you use for special teams anyways. Depending on his age, it's like 26. Yeah, you could probably work with him, man. He's 26. But we got Abrams, we got Heath. Harris is probably going to be utilized a lot as my deep safety. Or I might just use him as a sub linebacker, because I mean, it depends. We'll see how the roster goes, because see, they still need to place the people in their position. So if Joyner becomes the safety that we're going to use, then I might be able to bring Joyner down into the box, you know, and be a sub linebacker or something. I don't know. It's crazy. We got a Mick Robertson. The reason why I'm going to use him is because of his agility, acceleration, and I think he has like a 90 change of direction. I don't think anybody else on his team has that. So nobody else on his team has that 90 change of direction. So he's going to be that gem that I'm going to be using a lot. I don't care if he's 5'8", 187. Bob Sanders was fucking 5'8", you know, so you've seen how he fucking produced. So we're going to be all right with a Meek. We just got to work on his other stuff. Hopefully, you know, his tackling improves. Hopefully his coverage ratings improve. You know, there's a lot of talk about what this guy did in college, you know, so hopefully it translates to the NFL and he can do big things for us. But like I said, I'm going to use him. You know, that 90 change of direction, 90 agility, I'm putting him in the slot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, bro, because I can come out in my fucking 4-3 defense or whatever, and even use him as a safety, bring him down in the box, and we could definitely do some things with them. Them two got cut, and Keyshawn Nixon made the team, so maybe, you know, he has a good year or whatnot, but I really don't use corners with low agility, man. Like, that's not good. You know, he's gonna get juked right out of his shoes with 80 agility. Like, I need close to 90 agility. 88 plus is really where you want your corners. You know, so I don't know. Am I moving to safety? I'm not sure about that right now, but you want close to 88 agility for your corners. But other than that, you know, I think I'm gonna be overall satisfied with our update. But when the roster updates hits and it goes live, definitely make sure you follow me, and I'm gonna put this thing together. It's only gonna work for you guys if you run the defense I run, you know, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You want to take advantage of what your team's strength is. You know, like I think there's some teams that, you know, are preferential towards nickel defenses. Like I think the Ravens, you know, so they might have a defense that's more acclimated to that. But the Raiders they're a true 4-3 team, but I do like the depth that we have to play nickel. So I'm gonna be running a lot of nickel, and I'm gonna be running a lot of 4-3 this year. And that's pretty much gonna be that. You know, if there's any thoughts or whatever y'all have about it or whatever, just, you know, leave it in the comments, and you know, I'll try my best to get back to you guys. I'm gonna probably cut this stream and go ahead and give me something to eat or whatnot, and you know, I'll probably be back on in about like an hour or so, and you know, I'm gonna play some games and just kind of mellow out for the night, and if anybody wants to play a couple warm-up games when I start up, you know, just let me know, okay? Appreciate y'all watching.